I am literally absolutely over the top. I am so amazed at my attitudes and the joy in my life. We talked about the importance of loving. Jesus commanded us to love one another. You'll know us as his disciples if we have love for one another. Well, that took me into 1 Corinthians 13:4, the love verses. And my desire was to be more Christ-like. And God is love, God is kind, God is patient. That means I need to work on those traits. Then eventually I asked Barbara, which of these four are more important to you? And she chose kindness, patience, does not insist on his own way, I don't know where that came from, and rejoices in the truth. And that was further defined as when she tells me something, I don't get all defensive, I just take that in as truth, and now I decide, what I'm going to do about it. But I tell you what, just this whole concept of focusing on how am I living out the traits of love has absolutely changed the joy in my life. I used to think my joy came when everybody would do things my way. And as I especially started working on the aspect of love does not insist on its own way, I became very open to, okay, hey, where you want to go, Barbara, or if we're friends, I don't have an agenda. I'm really being led by the Spirit. I don't have these great anticipations. Well, guess what? The anticipations aren't falling short because I don't have them. So my life, as I have realized that I can choose to live through the Spirit as opposed to living out of these old expectations that I thought were necessary. So I really, really suggest anybody that wants to move towards that more abundant life really needs to spend some diligent time in being introspective, living that examined life of how am I doing living those traits so clearly stated in the Bible, the traits of love. Patience is probably one that I've had to work on more than others, but there are times where I'm absolutely amazed at some event that's going on that normally would have had me all spun up historically. I move through life with a whole lot less anxiety than I did in the past. It's sort of the new me is not the Steve Allman I grew up with. It's an aspect of truly letting go and learning to live out of the Spirit has just brought immense joy that I didn't, it wasn't typical of me in past years.